So it was asked of me if I was going to make another Super Bowl prediction. And I really don't feel like I need to be used as a vehicle this year. I think the one I did last year, Back in Blood, still has a lot of answers and a lot of mysteries that are still being fulfilled under this administration. Like, Spirit really spoke. And then, of course, the Where Are the Children video. If anything that I would say to look out for, and today is Super Bowl Sunday. It's 6:32 Eastern Standard Time, February 8th, 2026. If anything that I would say to look out for, so I can always determine the winner by typically the theme and the energy of the team name, right? This one is a little difficult for me just because we have the presence of spiritual warfare through the Seahawks, and then we have the New England Patriots, which honestly their logo says a lot for me, right? So for the past 2 years, I've been talking to you about like the Avengers and that there are humans. I think I even made a video at the beginning of this year talking about, us having a supernatural ability and capability. So when I look at the logo of the New England Patriots, immediately what I think of is, again, the show American Gods, Mr. World, the age of technology. And I look at the logo and I think of, or what comes to mind is the age of iron and man. What is it in the Bible? I think in the book of Daniel is iron and clay, which is technology and human. I think of that as it's the age of technology in man and then technology in man. And so if I had to assume, maybe the Patriots are going to win based off of that. But the symbolism there, again, with it even being the New England Patriots and the Constitution being restructured, a lot of the colonies that fall under the Constitution and laws of New England. And I told you when I went to London last year, it was a lot of spiritual slavery, like shackles that was still in and around. When I went to Buckingham Palace, I had an experience. I had an out-of-body experience. And so when I think about that and I think about the rate of how things are changing, the dollar collapsing, the currency changing to being digitized, fiat changing. When I think about the relationships that were revealed in these files that were leaked, I'm going to say that maybe the Patriots are going to win. And so again, that's just going to be for you to look out for the things that are going to happen this year. Last year, I told you the emphasis was on an iron fist, and I felt that from the snow. Then in the last quarter, we had this whole catastrophe with ice, right? So I would say that in order to be a sane individual, step back from technology. Like, I know it's a great thing, but there are certain things that you're going to have to step away from. You're going to have to stop communicating in certain ways. And also, we're going to have to come back as a human collective, learning how to speak to each other. Technology is now forming in its own way. It was trained and birthed to do that. And so I'm going to leave it right there, because Spirit is still concerned about the children. Where are the children? Why aren't you all mad enough? Why are we not in these streets, like all of us? Because one person can't do it, 10 people can't do it, 500 people can't do it. Like, we all have to rage against the machine. Rage against the machine. Maybe that's what Spirit is trying to say. Rage against the machine. I'm going to explore that in another video. But here's what I also want to say, just to keep this short. I had a dream, probably January 3rd or 4th. And I was in a train station with a family member that passed away real time. And we were looking over the tracks for something. And when we were looking down, a young man came and from above the ground. So we were in the subway. He came, his body fell on the tracks, which turned into they went upward and turned into like some sort of impalement. And so his body came down on the upright track. And we looked up because maybe we thought he unalived himself. And then 2 more people fell. And then like 5, and then 10, like the number went on and on and on. And I was like, there's thousands of people that are falling down. So when I looked back at the bodies, expecting there to be this mess, all I saw was blood and dried skulls that symbolized some sort of ancient Mayan, ritual. And so I'm going to say, just to be mindful, it was alerting for me. So just be mindful of, your surroundings. I know there are a few cities hosting FIFA. Am I saying it right? FIFA this year. Be mindful of what's happening. Be mindful of your surroundings. Watch out for the children. Watch out for the children. You know what people are capable of and what they're doing now. You are fully aware. Watch out for the children in these streets, and don't let everybody with a camera be in you and your baby's face, okay? And I just want to say this also. I don't know why I want to say this, but I feel like I need to say this. In August 2025, and I should have made a video then, the person whose name is on these files, I had a dream that he was on the patio of a very wealthy estate of the current CEO of the United States Incorporated, and he was smoking a cigar. That indicates to me that somebody may not be dead. So what's getting ready to happen is a whole lot of confusion. A whole lot of whistleblowing is going to continue. You're going to see sacrifice on a level that you've never seen. And I told you again, I'm telling you again, to be mindful of the word Machiavelli. And that just because it says somebody died, whether unalived or taking of their lives, doesn't mean you don't have the evidence. Be mindful of these elections, okay? Be mindful of the information that you are giving people. I just want to say, I just feel like people should not be dumb. Don't be dumb, don't be stupid, don't be ignorant. We all have to be responsible for what's occurring. And I feel like there's no other, people don't get it. So I don't have anything else to say except for that. There's a lot of symbolism ingrained in our society, and y'all are just not tapped into your intuition. Y'all are just not tapped into common sense. And not, the people. But not you. So we'll see who wins. But yeah, it definitely could be the Patriots. And Spirit is urging us to rage against the machine. Happy Super Bowl Sunday.